You see, when you are leading human beings and not animals, you need to constantly engage them to know what you are doing. He's one person that everybody would agree is very knowledgeable in that industry, very experienced. This is not his first time of working at the ministry, and very diligent and very good communicator. But like I explained, the man is seated in his office. You, the minority MPs, says you want to engage him to know what he's doing at the ministry. Then you walk in with media without his consent. The man tells you what is happening at the ministry, and you come to blame him of talking too much.
But it's not a minority MP.
This is
a
total,
subcommittee.
But led by him, the man has said it. That
yeah,
yes,
the ranking
yes,
is
is part of.
But it's
yes,
a subcommittee on energy, so we don't blame the minority too much.
But they actually instigated the meeting. And when you invite a minister as parliament, a subcommittee of parliament, he's obliged to appear before you, to update you. The man comes to speak, and you tend to blame him for speaking too much. If you didn't want the man to talk, you should not have engaged him. You see, now, what I'm happy about the whole issue is that, look, today, he's told us that he has cancelled all the 83 bank accounts of ECG. Can you imagine one state company running 84 bank accounts? What was the purpose? What was the intent? What was the motive? That is cancelled. Today, we are told that ECG is running only one bank account at a commercial bank. Now, we're also aware that under the same John Jinapor, we are coming to have a second gas plant. Remember, the first gas plant was done at the present Mills, President Mahama. That gas plant, you are well versed in that industry. I stand for correction from you. It saved this country about $300 million annually. The second gas plant is already MOU for that. The second plant that he has announced that the government will do. Can you imagine 8 years and we have been told of MOU? The man says that by the time President Mahama will leave office, they are committed to having a second gas plant that will save this country annually about $500 million. You are in the industry. Imagine spending about $1.1 billion annually to import light crude, when you can do a plant and save yourself about $500 million. Under the Millennium Compact Agreement, where President Mahama, after successfully executing the first phase of the compact, secured about $536 million. A chunk of that amount was supposed to be dedicated to the distribution ends of our power value chain. You were in power for 8 good years. That you couldn't achieve. You attempted with PDS. And we heard people who were connected to the previous regime who were on telephone planning on how to share the booty of PDS. We heard their voices. In fact, that led to the compact recalling about $190 million. Yes. If you had done what we were supposed to do with compact 2, I'm not sure we would have been encountering these commercial and technical losses as much as we are doing today. And so the minority should be the last to talk about the energy sector. After collapsing that sector, you made free money.
You're looking at me asking me.
Free money. $190 million. They had to call it back. PDS, we all know what happened to PDS and those behind it. Today you have a minister who is not just knowledgeable in that area, experienced and committed. You have a president who is visionary, who is taking you on a path to redeem the energy sector. And you want to accuse him of talking too much. John Jinapor continues to engage the public. More of you have forgotten. Yep. In the recent past, when we had Dumso under the MPP, we were told it is Dum Sexy Dumso. And that once it was coming from Akufo-Addo, it wasn't Dumso. To the extent that Otunfo had even complained about how his gadgets got spoiled. And one Ghanaians asked for a timetable. What was the response? We were asked to go and do our own timetables.
So is that what you're saying?
Is that not true?
Is that what you're saying?
I'm just telling you of our recent past.
Yeah, but
and I'm telling you that this is a minister and a government that is committed to engaging the people.
Hold on.
Please.
Brother, Ghanaians have voted you into power.
Yes.
This thing where you are coming to now go on and enumerate all the things that has happened before. I honestly thought we were going to have a very open, frank conversation.
And that is why the minister is
but the way,
engaging.
no, but the way you
That
are
is why
trying
the
to now
minister-
bring in
No.
PDS and bring in this, it's now going to let me now take off my hat and now also, you know, because I don't think it's fair.
Bakojo, is it not true
That
a chunk of the 536 million US dollars
for what?
that we got under the compact was supposed to be used for the downstream of the value chain?
Yes, we agree.
Is it not true that we still have those challenges because nothing was done about that?
No,
and that PDS was used as a vehicle?
No, that's not true.
And that PDS was used as a vehicle to run this country?
No, that's not true.
PDS was used as a vehicle?
True. That's not true.
Did PDS collect bills or not?
PDS
They
was
collected
a compact
bills.
My brother, you've asked a question. If you have time, let me explain.
And they never accounted for it.
You see, PDS
Yes.
was a concession that was given.
Yes.
We went through an open and public tender process.
Who were those behind it?
PDS, nobody was behind
Are you
PDS.
sure?
The Malaysians on what? Look, the
Are you
Malaysians,
sure?
look, my brother. Individuals who go into business today, you guys are going to do the same thing. Oh. We've gotten a cabinet approval to do multiple concession at revenue and billing.
We are not going
You
to
are-
find
no, my brother,
President
you are
Muhammad
going to
relatives
have,
engaged
you are
in that.
going to find companies
We are not
in
going
there.
to find
Let's
President
not,
Muhammad
let's
relatives
not go down on
in
that
a
slippery-
telephone
my brother,
conversation.
Let's go down on
Planning
that
on how to
slippery-
lose this country.
PDS
It's happening at the PDS.
What I'm saying to you is that let's not go down that slippery slope. Because in Ghana, I honestly believe that we all do this thing to ourselves. If we want to start blaming people behind, then every company somebody is behind.
But when people do the wrong thing, don't you call them
no,
out?
but my point is that what is the wrong thing?
When people do wrong, don't you-
a competent company,
we're going back to this issue again.
yes, exactly, a competent company of international
think we should
repute.
move on. I think we
Yes,
should
I think we should.
Which
But
company?
let me correct this.
We should move on.
The Malaysians that won the thing, they were a competent company of competent users. Who were the shareholders of PDS? Did you see anybody in government who was a shareholder of PDS? It wasn't
Did
the
you
case.
hear
Let's not.
Bonti
But I
and,
honestly, my
Gabi-
brother, are we really
Gabi
going to
and
go
Co
down
in
that
a
line?
telephone conversation about PDS
I
or
think we
not?
should move on.
Exactly. I mean, I don't
This
think
matter
it
has
will
come
help.
to an end.
They have apologized.
It will help.
They have
I don't
apologized.
think it will help the conversation.
But we have to apologize on their behalf. Let's move on.
The issue is that, for me, you understand, when you now look at
But we have to
the
apologize on
sector,
their behalf.
you look at the sector where we are now. If you keep going back enumerating all the things that happened last year, the question is,
If you don't know
Ghanaians
where you
will
are
not-
coming from, you know where you are going
well,
to.
that's fine, but we know. So why are you taking us? Now my lights are off. Tell me how my lights now will come on. Now forget about how
We are
people
bringing a
complain.
second plant to
Forget
deal
how
with the issue of
people
fuel.
complain. But you see,
The
when
man
you
says
mention
that
when you mention that,
450,000 light crude is on its way.
no, hold on. My point is that when you mention that there is a second gas plant coming,
Yeah.
let Ghanaians know that as we speak, that second train is not something that started now or somebody came up with it now. There was some condition, there was an agreement signed with two companies to build a second train. There were some condition precedents with the government of Ghana has to fulfill with tallow and the gas, the people who bring the gas, so that the gas will now go into these trains. What happened was that because of the IMF situation, Ministry of Finance could not agree with Tallow on the agreements that Tallow wanted to be in place. That is why the agreement that was signed for the second train was not able to establish a second train. So let's not make it look like somebody has come with a novelty or a genius idea to build a second train.
MOU.
No, my brother, it's not an MOU, it's an agreement. It's an agreement that was signed. So, you, my brother, you have come. You see, me and you, I'm sure we'll meet quite a lot. One of the things you should know about me.
They were interested in buying light food every week. Because that's a very lucrative.
Isn't that what you're doing now? Isn't that what you're doing now? How many light food have you bought now?
Anymore, do you want to know those who were behind it? They were fighting among themselves about the import of light crude in this country.
So,
you have been in 4 months.
These people.
In 4 months, you spent over $250 million on buying light crude. Let's not go on that conversation because you don't want to go in that conversation.